when do you think about ever stopping doing stand-up? Because I do occasionally.
I think about it, and then I take a flight back with Dice from New York. And I look at Dice. Before I approach him, I sit there and I look at him from 10 feet away for 10 minutes. And I think to myself, is this what I want to be doing at that age? And I think about what would we be doing? What would we be doing? You really want to be around your wife and your daughters every fucking weekend, for every fucking week? You're already used to leaving one weekend at least a month. You're already used to it. There's going to be a casino. Somebody's going to pay you once a month to leave the house for 2 days.
But would you be happy with your act if you're only going out once a month? Like, if you weren't going up and practicing, going out once a month could be awful.
But what I'm saying is, I'm saying you're still hosting the pizza place on Wednesday nights.
What?
And you're still, let's pretend you moved to fucking Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Moved
to Columbus,
Ohio. And you work the Funny Bone once a year, right? And you do your little pizza open mic somewhere down the corner a couple nights a week. They look at you as the older guy. They all came up looking at comedy, watching you. You know, they listen to you. You know, when I started in comedy, the guy's name was George McKelvey. And George McKelvey was a really special guy, Joe, because he had been on the Tonight Show with whatever, as a comic, as a stand-up. And that's the fucking epitome for one of us, whether he became Richard Pryor or not. He was on, what's his name? Come on, fucking help me here.
I have no idea.
The Tonight Show.
Johnny Carson?
Johnny Carson. He did stand-up, and Johnny put him on the couch. You know, the real. I mean, right. George McKelvey was the real deal. When George was 70, I'll never forget, he called me one night. He's like, hey, what are you doing, kid? I go, I'm sitting there. He goes, drive to Colorado Springs and get on stage. Open up for me. I go, I can't get on that stage because a famous manager that was at that club at the time wouldn't let you get on stage unless you took that comedy class for $35.
Oh, that was a scam. A lot of guys did that.
He goes, fuck her, I'll waive it. So he threw me on stage, and this old guy liked me. That old guy had no career, basically. He did the local places, he owned 2 clubs, and he worked a couple clubs that hired him still. He died on the road or whatever. My point being that he helped me a lot as an old guy. Like, I looked at him, and my first opinion of him was like, look at this old loser. No, he wasn't an old loser. He had been doing it for 30 years. He committed to this. And no matter what his turnout was or whatever, he was still a comic. He died a comic. I talked to him maybe 2 years until he died, and I lost contact with him.
Well, George Carlin died on the road.
Yeah.
You know, one of the greatest of all time.
I don't want to die on the road. And I know you don't want to die on the road.
No.
But I can't. For years, I thought I wouldn't be doing this at 50. Guess what? I'm 55. And I'm starting
But you're not just doing it. This is what's important. You're still letting it swing. You're still having fun and doing a lot of crazy shit that gets you in a lot of trouble today. This is what I brought up with, we were talking about the, in air quotes, Me Too era. People are going after people today.